Hey everybody, how are you doing? Today is August 17th, 2020, and it's about 7:30 p.m. here in Michigan. First off, apologize for only being able to get out the one yesterday and then not be able to get any out yet today because unfortunately my internet is now off. So I am using my sister's Wi-Fi coming over here, so I have to kind of do the work there and here to put it all together and then use her internet to upload it. So, but we'll get the information out. I promise you that. You're gonna be very interested in the things that I show you today. This will be one of at least 3 videos, maybe 4. So let's get into it real quick. It says, LAUSD begins CV19 testing, tracking programs for students, staff, and family. Yep, that's right. Here we go. These are the schools coming out and saying this, that they are going to start testing, tracking for students, staff, family, and anybody that comes in contact. Just check this article out. Okay, this is from yesterday. It's from last night. The launch of the program is designed to be a system that will be built and tested and provide a base of knowledge to help prepare for an eventual return to school campuses. It says, Los Angeles Unified School District Superintendent Austin Butner announced Sunday the launch of a program that will provide regular CV19 testing and contact tracing to school staff, students, and their families. As part of the plan, research will begin to study the impacts and effects of reopening, and that data will be available to the general public. He says, extraordinary circumstances call for extraordinary actions. And while this testing and contact tracing effort is unprecedented, it is necessary and appropriate, he said. Of course, right? As long as they're getting what they want, it's okay, it's necessary. You know, they don't care that it's, our rights getting taken away, because too bad, it's necessary. Nope, it's appropriate. Sorry about your rights, sorry about your luck. It says this will provide a public health benefit to the school community as well as the greater Los Angeles area. It says, this program will also provide significant education benefits for students by getting them back into school sooner and safer and keeping them there. We hope this effort also will provide learnings which can benefit other school systems and communities across the nation as we all combat this pandemic. I just love it right there. See? What are they doing? They're doing it because, it's going to get your kids back in school sooner and safer and keep them there. It's just crazy. They always had to put it that way, right? Oh, well, it's for your own good. Oh, yep, it's because we want to get these kids back to school. And then you notice how this is headline news, right? This was, on, your main page for news. That's all I went to and saw this one right away. So you instantly have to think, okay, well, why did they put this out, right? Why is it right here at front? It's the one they're talking about these schools starting these, right? Well, right there it says, hopefully it will provide learnings which can benefit other school systems and communities across the nation. See? So they're going to say, this is how it works. Watch. They'll have a great result, from this school. So then it will become what? A guideline. Eventually they'll be forcing the same exact stuff everywhere. That's how they do it. LA Unified begins the program Monday with a focus on carefully fine-tuning systems and operational logistics as the new school year starts. Test first will be provided to staff already working at schools and their children, utilizing child care the district is offering to staff at schools. It says, testing then will be provided to all staff and students over time. The goal in the early phase is to establish a baseline. After that, there will be periodic testing of staff and students. The frequency and scheduling for that testing will be set after the initial testing phase based on epidemiological modeling. Okay, so that's pretty obvious to me what they're saying right here. Well, we're going to get a baseline. We're not going to tell you what our baseline is, but depending on that baseline, then we're going to decide if we're going to test you once a week, once every month, or once a day. It's just a foot in. They get their foot in, they start it like this, and then eventually it is literally every day you're going to be taking these tests, or, we know what's happening when this vax is coming. I have so much information on the vax that you are going to want to see, so please check out the other video that I put out today. It says, the spread of CV19 in LA area far exceeds guidelines from the state governing the possible return of students to school campuses. Any decision about the return of students to school is time away, the state may acknowledge. The launch of the program is designed to be a system. They just continue to use that system word over and over again. It just reminds me, the BEAST system, that will be built and tested and provide a base of knowledge to help prepare for an eventual return to school campuses. Testing also will be provided to household members of students and staff who test positive for the virus and household members who show symptoms. These measures will be implemented to help get students back to school as soon as possible while protecting the health and safety of the entire school community. It is also designed to help keep them there if an isolated outbreak were to occur. Did you catch that? What they're doing here, they're going to go to taste your family, your dad, your mom, your son, whatever it is. They are going to say, oh, well, we got a positive test today. Eric, sorry, your son got a positive test, right? And so, okay, they're at my door now, beating on my door, telling me that I have to test, and anybody that's in my household, that came in contact him now has to do the test, okay? Which is just another step to what they're doing, and of course, it's just implemented to help get students back to school. But then this end part, you have to make sure that we catch this. It is also designed to help keep them there if there is an isolated outbreak were to occur. Yeah, keep them in the schools. Keep them in these schools if something happens. Right there, they're telling you they will quarantine your children and keep them in these schools, and you will not be able to get them out. It says, since schools were closed, science has been our guide, and science creates the foundation for this effort. This collaboration is the result of months of around-the-clock work by many, and I'm grateful for their efforts to get us to this point. The Testing and Contact Tracing Program and its corresponding research are a collaboration between the LAUSD and scientists from UCLA, Stanford, and who else? Johns Hopkins University. And not only that, Microsoft and healthcare companies, Anthem Blue Cross and HealthNet. They will be part of a task force co-chaired by Buettner and former U.S. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan. The task force, this is the force. Look at the word. It's what's going to be used. Strategic interpretation of the evidence on testing and epidemiological modeling will be provided by, of course, Johns Hopkins, Stanford, and UCLA, which are providing their services pro bono. I loved that part too. Oh, well, what do you know? They're just doing it. They're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. It says UCLA will bring breadth and depth to scientific expertise to study the impact and effects of Los Angeles Unified Reopening Plan to share the information learned from these research efforts throughout the world. Yep. That's the point. That's why this was in the headlines. This is how we can find out why they put these in the headlines. That is the reason that this was there. So that they can say, well, look, this is our test run. This is what we're showing you. Oh, look, if we tested these people and their families over and over and over again every day, it worked. So now all the rest of you, all these other schools need to follow this exact thing. And we already know that you might as well just take out the word, test and put in vax, because that's exactly where this is leading. Okay, I'm going to leave this one here. All right, I want you to continue to share this information, please. Please share it. Talk to everyone about it, because people, families, mothers, fathers are about to send their children back to school, and they do not know this. I guarantee you 99% of them do not know that they've already publicly came out and said, if needed, they will isolate your children and keep your children away from you. We must pay attention. I love you all. Continue to pray against this. We have so much coming against us right now, but that's exactly what we should expect in these times. The Bible talks about that over and over again. So even though you feel like you may be getting, beat down every day and things aren't going right, and I understand, I'm going through it too, but we always get through. Do not lose your faith. I promise you we will win in the end. I love you all. We'll talk to you soon. God bless.